All right, so I've been watching some seriously bad blackjack on YouTube just lately. John Sirasani and Vegas Matt and his crew and a few other people. And so I felt like a bit of a Baccarat break. I don't know that it'll do me any good emotionally or certainly not financially because this is funny money. But there's always lots to be learned from these sims if you're only paying attention. That's the main thing. Double for the loss. 1, 2. Okay. Minimum. Double for the loss. 1, 2 again. Keep this up forever. We'll be fine, won't we? Just keep doing it this way. Double for the loss. 1, 2. What? Didn't work that time, did it? 3, 4. Oh, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll be running away from this next if we lose this. All right, 15, 8. Because see what we got here? 2 to 9. So 15, 8, 15, 8, 15, 8, 15, 8, 15, 8. We will be coming back to player with the new shoe because I don't ever start a new shoe with a bet on banker. So 15-8 is 3-2 coming back to player, and that's of course in these 500s. Yeah, never ever make your opening bet banker. That's my advice. I mean, I'm just trying to be helpful. It's not a rule. It's just sensible. 5-4, or maybe not. 1-2. There we are. Not a huge win, but we're under 3 minutes and we've made 775. So, yeah, I don't think that's terrible. Double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. Oh, got a bit of a crisis here. All right. Uncrisis. Where was I? Oh. All right, so we're back to the min then. Plus 1. Plus another 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now 1, 2. Ah! 7, 8. I'll take it. And we're out of that one. Didn't make much, but we're at 4 minutes and we're at 12.25. I don't think that's terrible. 51. Oops. Bugger. Who's it told, damn it? Repeat. Double for the tie. 3, 4. 7, 8. 15, 8. So we'll call that 3, 2 going over to banker. Now 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear, oh dear. 9, 10, which of course is, eh. Oh Christ, bloody ties, honestly. There we go. All right, so we're at 1650 in 5 minutes. And yes, you've got to put money out, but I mean, don't you get, you folks? That's what the house is doing all the time. They don't determine the bet sizes. They just cover whatever you choose that you want to bet, you know. But what they're doing is they're just relying on you to garrot yourself, you know, because people go to these table games without enough money to get them through the volatile bits and without enough brains to understand exactly what they're up against. And then they keep necking so-called complimentary cocktails, which most people pay at least 5 times the odds for. You know, I mean, I really think that tipping has gone absolutely nuts. And these guys making these channels on YouTube, you know, they're just bloody showing off. They're just demonstrating to us how insignificant we are. It's bloody pathetic, I reckon. I certainly agree in tipping dealers. Every dealer I ever worked with, played with, would tell you I am a decent, fair, generous tipper, but I am not a bloody idiot. The house, you know, the dealers don't take any part in my losses, so why should I give them 10% of my wins? It makes no sense. It's just, you know, and this is the thing, of course, you know, if you're taking a business-like approach to these games, then you know that getting along with the dealers is a part of the process. It's one of the things you need to do to keep the wheels well oiled and all the rest of it. But they don't expect you to bet them to tip them stupidly, and they feel, I think, probably just a little bit sort of like, you know, when people go nuts. I think we're on about 2-3 now, aren't we? 1, 2, 3. Try again. There we go. Back to the min. +1. +1. 1, 2. 3, 5 is the name of that tune. That'll do. Still stuck with the banker, but the banker has taken care of us, so I shouldn't complain, should I? Aye. 2, 3. I'm a bit more aggressive with banker because I don't want to lose any money on commission. I'm not in favour of it. But you know, there's dozens, hundreds of these demos now. Just study, you know, if you doubt what I'm doing and you think that I'm sort of like varying the strategy or something, go back and look at a few of the old ones, for goodness sake. You know, it just does get irritating when I hear people saying, well, you know what's coming, or you don't stick with the strat. I mean, what can I say? That's max. Repeat it. I repeat it. I like this. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Damn. Okay, back to the minimum. That was a bit of a run, wasn't it? 2, 3. And we're running away from the banker. 5, 3. 8, 6. 2, 3. Oops. Sorry, 2, 4 now, isn't it? Minimum. Let's double for the loss. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. Thank you, player. That's 1. 1, 2. Try again. I'm liking this arrangement here. We're doing. Oops, that's the wrong bet. Sorry. Oh, fuddle. New word. Fuddle. It's just being rude now, isn't it? Okay, so we left with a little bit of, sort of rollover to bother about. But I mean, we've made so much money on this one that I don't think I'm going to worry about it. I'm just going to save this and go and see how we did. We didn't make the full amount. Well, we did well, actually, because it does tell you session balance. So session balance was 4,200. So come on. Okay, so I'll go and talk to my assistant. All right then. Well, clearly, occasionally having an average winning bet that exceeds the average losing bet by a reasonable percentage is not good enough. You need at least 25%, 125%. In other words, 400 divided by 2 is an average win of 200. 1625 minus 1625 divided by 9 is an average loss of 181. Average win value over average loss value is 111%. No use at all. So we're left with a rollover to deal with there. And then if we go and look at the ghost things here, we'd have come out fine. I mean, that's just the way it is. You've got, you don't know what's coming, but you need to get up and go, to gag, to run away, whatever you want to call it, whenever the mood takes you, because it's good for you. It doesn't mean that you're going to go from the frying pan into a safe place. You might just as easily go in the fire. But the fire is not standard. The standard is ping, pong, pong, ping, 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 pong, 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 pong. It's this kind of thing, basically. But every so often it goes apeshit. And you want to run away from that. You get a bad feeling, get out of there. Doesn't matter. It's not going to make any difference. Because remember, every bet faces the same negative expectation. In Baccarat, it's about minus 1.3, 1.32%, something in that area. But don't be afraid to get up and go. It's not going to hurt you, I promise you. So I'll go and check with what's available. All right, so this one looks much better. Obviously, because we had 39 wins against 30 losses, and so that was pretty much of a turnaround from the last the shoe that we gagged. What we're looking at here is 13,475 in winnage, as the Vegas Mat crew like to call it. 39 wins, so we get an average win of 346 minus 8,050 divided by 30 losses, minus 268. So that gives us an average win over average loss value of 129%. Combining the two shoes together, that's what combining means, right? Why did I say together? Combining the two shoes, you get 41 wins and 39 losses. There were 9 ties, so that's plus 2 over 89, which gives us a player edge of 2.3%. But this is where it gets encouraging and interesting, and that is that on the two shoes we made 4,200. The total action was 23,550. So our win percentage or hold percentage was 17.8%. against an expectation of 2.3%. And this is what it's all about. Win more when you win than you lose when you lose, and you can achieve stuff like that. Play the way that King Sarah Doodle, what's it, plays, and you know what, Sarah, I've forgotten. I'm getting on. I don't remember things for very long, especially things that I find very irritating. I've only spent the last day in his company, but Sarah Snow, whatever. So there we are. We held 17.8%. We should have won 2.3%. I'm very sorry. That is not what happened. So I'm going back to the stopping the clock for just. Okay, so there we go. I just wanted to bring these two things here up to date. 4,214 minutes. I forgot my little clock again, but up here you've got the times on this thing. Except of course that in the UK we're 5 hours ahead of Antigua or wherever it is that this lot is from, so I think they're 5 hours behind us. Oh, excuse me. 15, 5, yeah. So that's the way it is. We're just making money, which is the polite and right thing to do. We're not stealing from anybody. We're not bamboozling anybody. We're just, and I'm enjoying the fact that I treated myself to good old English fish and chips tonight. It was excellent. And I've had a couple of pints of beer. Normally, I don't touch alcohol when I'm gambling, but I don't really think of this as gambling because just like the content creators on the gambling channels on YouTube, I am not in jeopardy. They are pretending that they're playing with real money. It is crap. It is a lie. Whatever they put out is just a cost of doing business. It's just like if they were a painter, it's paint and canvas and an easel and all the other stuff that a painter has to buy, including a beret and a smock and whatever else, and you get it back because you've been. This is it's a custom painting. What's it called? Whatever. It's been commissioned, so you're going to get 25 grand for your daubing and splatting and mucking about. And so for you to complain about the cost of paint and your beret and your smock and your brushes and so on and your easel and your canvas is just ridiculous. So there you have it. Anyway, next time. Okay, so another day, yet another Baccarat session. Damn, I've got so many of these things in the tank now. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's become so much of a part of my daily routine. It's kind of like just a habit, like cleaning my teeth and taking a dump and eating and things like that. Oh, and maybe sleeping and if I'm lucky, whatever. But it's just a part of life. And I guess with each one of these, I'm sort of like advancing the progress of the whole pattern betting principle. But sometimes I'm not sure about that because I don't get that many hits. I really don't. Anyway, kick off with a minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. Double for the tie, 100 or less. Oh, shit. Okay. I've lost track already. See, as soon as I do that, I completely mess myself up. See, that was a loss. That was a 50. That shouldn't have been a 75. It should have been. I've completely cocked up. Early in the game, too. I'm going to call that 3-4. All right, probably made just a fraction more than I should have. Double for the loss. Repeat. Back to the minimum. +1. 51. 2, 3. Uh-oh. 5, 6. 11, 6. Not runaway time quite yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh dear. 17, 12. Crashed on a bicycle. It's really killing us now, isn't it? 17, 12, 29. So that's 3, 3, 3 basically is the last bet before we run away from this one. Okay, now 6, 3. I don't think we've had a worse. Well, maybe we did the last time, I think. So 6, 3, and we're going to be starting on player, obviously. Nasty, nasty start. But never forget the odds, the cards, nothing changes just because the bets are big. So we're on 6, 3, and we're on player. Now we're on 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. 7, 8. Uh-oh. I'm not going to go over the top there. Uh-huh. 15, 16. Well, that took a while, didn't it? All right, so we had 31,000 out to win 1,500. And lots of folks out there are going to say, well, that's ridiculous. That is insane. We got, what was it? 1,500 out of 30,000 is it's about 5%. 5% in less than 5 minutes. I don't think that's too terrible, honestly. But this is a business proposition. That's the thing that most people just won't get on board with. And that's the only way you can approach it. Is that 51? 2, 3. We're definitely not in sync with this today, are we? 5, 6. All right. Yeah, and these guys, these guys who just show us what they want us to see, they're all a bunch of bloody crooks. They're just a frontman for the casino business, Oh, I read this one comment in the latest short from Vegas Matt. Somebody absolutely laying into him saying, I wouldn't let you touch a penny of my money. You're too reckless. You're too stupid. You waste bloody play. Obviously got no concept of exactly how these things work. And I suppose most people don't understand that these guys are performers. All of these influencers are performers. They're getting a shitload of money for putting on an act. What just happened? So it's 51. Two, 3. 1, 2, 3. Try again. 5, 6. God, we're going to be running away again in the sag. No, we're not. Not yet, anyway. 1, 2. Last one. 51. Repeat. Minimum. +1. 51. Double for the tie. 3, 4. This won't do. Try again. All right, we just got away with that one. The thing I always ask you folks to just keep an eye on is the number of losers versus the number of winners. I mean, it's just any other way of betting has got to be foolishness. Let's face it. I mean, there are better strategies out there than this. I'm sure there are. I just haven't found them yet. That's simple as that. It's a slog, isn't it? We're only less than halfway through this shoe. Mind you, it's money all the time, isn't it? So it's not, 2, 3. 3 players are a very important part of this whole thing. Double for the loss. 1, 2. 3, 4. 7, 8 again. Bloody hell. We are actually way behind. So after this, I'm going to run away. Oh, look at that. All right, back to the minimum. Just got to keep an eye out for this one because it's not a friendly shoe at all. Plus max. You can go as high as you like. I stop at 5 units in a winning streak. Chase it. 3, 4. All right. So we're at 3,150 in 10 minutes. Lots of you would say that that's just, not enough. But we're now at 10%. We had 31,000 was our maximum exposure. So we're at 10% now. What the hell was that? Minimum. One, 2. Double for the tie. 51. Repeat. Back to the min. 51. Repeat. Okay, and now wins have overtaken losses. I love having this over here. It's really helpful. And we're at 11.5 minutes and 3,700 in the kitty. Not bad. We just turned around, didn't we? Yeah. Double for the loss. Oh, yeah, I haven't had my coffee yet this morning. I had a shitty night, so not firing all cylinders. So, never mind. What the fuck? What 51. 2-3. 1-2-3. 5-6. Not going the way I like. 11-6. Going over to the banker. Bugger! Okay, well, we're being forced to. So 17, 12, which is 4-3 in 500s. And obviously we're going to have to open another shoe. And we start with player. Never start a new shoe on banker. Did I say 4-3, 11-6, 70? Yeah, 4-3. And like I'm always saying, nothing changes with the size of the bets except the rate of your heart. 4-3, did I say? I think I did. 1, 2, 3. Uh-huh. 7-6. 7-6. So I think the bet is 1,000 now. Now it's 2-3. Now it's 5-6. All right, so we came out ridiculously well off at the end of this. I'm going to stop it because 14, 15 minutes seems to feel about right. I hate to throw away a shoe, but a session balance of 5,675 in 14 minutes. I mean, come on. Jeez. And yes, you have to work hard sometimes, and yes, you have to dig deep. But that's what the casinos are doing all the time. When somebody gets on a winning streak, the casino is just there, but, just matching their play every step of the way, knowing that the way things are, eventually the money will come back to them. And you've got to think in exactly the same way. It is a business. This is not fun and games. It's not entertainment. It's not relaxation. And it certainly isn't boozing. That guy, Serasani, Christ, on a bicycle, I think the guy must be, well, I don't know. Okay, so there's a fair amount of numbers work to do here in just a sec. So I will call in my assistant, my sleeping partner. No, I don't sleep with her.
This is a reminder.
Alexa, stop. Forgot to pull the plug out this time. All right, so the first one obviously was a disaster. Be right back. And obviously you can see from the minus balance down in the bottom left that this is an absolute horror story. 575 won, 5 winning bets, 115 average win, 6,050 lost, 10 losing bets, average loss 605. That means the average win value over average loss value is 19%, which obviously spells utter failure. So, back in a sec. All right, so a much cheerier picture from number 1,801, 1801, 24,375 in total winnage. That's a nod to Vegas Matt and Co. 30 wins, so an average win of 813, 16,725 lost across 34 losing bets. That's an average loss of 492, so the average win value over the average loss value was 165%. We like that. Okay. And then number 1802 coming up. Be right back. All right, so this one is just the wrap-up one because I just didn't feel like playing anymore once I got to about 15 minutes. So plus 9,000, 2 bets, average win 4,500, minus a loss of 5,500 across 3 bets. It's an average loss of 1,833. Average win over average loss 246%. So I think we can count that as being pretty bloody good. And I'm just going to do a few more sums because I want to get the session numbers straight. So I'm working on that right now. Oh, and damn, I forgot the bloody clock again. Shit! Yes, pardon me, folks. I just get a bit frustrated with myself when I make silly mistakes. I mean, the clock is not absolutely essential because the shoe creation time is shown up at the top, between the dealer's tray and the shoe. So you can always see when any given shoe was kicked off. But anyway, just to do this is another one of those really important kind of sessions here because we made 5,000, 5,675. Total action was 62,225, which might have you going, oh God, that's terrible. But we ended up with 9%. We got a win of 9% or a hold of 9% of our total action. Because our final win, 5,675 over 6,2,225 is 9%. Against us, we had minus 10. So we had 10 fewer wins than losses in 91 rounds because ties have to be included. That's minus 11%. A house advantage of 11%, negative expectation for us, minus 11%. And we beat that and we turned it into a 9% win. And this is something you can only do with progressive betting. And I would say pattern betting in particular. And for anybody to pretend otherwise is just, well, if they're pretending it to themselves, then it's delusion. If they're telling you anything else, then it's deception. It's a lie, a flat out bloody lie. And I'm still reeling over this guy Sirasani, who kind of says, "Yeah, well, we got wrecked yesterday, so we didn't have any videos. We didn't make any videos." I mean, absolutely blatantly saying, I am misrepresenting my gambling story. I'm telling you that I'm winning all the time. And he's got this one video, and I have to record that and drop it into one of these things where he says, Venetian never lost, so-and-so never lost, so-and-so never lost. Absolute bollocks. I mean, seriously. The guy is demented. Nothing personal. Anyway, I'm off. No, I'm not. I've got a little bit more work to do. Just one little tiny weeny thing to do. All right, yeah, I just wanted to tidy up here. But yeah, I get that there are loads of people out there who are going to say, well, okay, so you won nearly 6,000, but you had to go into the hole 31,000, and that's ridiculous. That's too expensive. Nobody could do that. Well, the message that I'm constantly trying to get across is if you can't do that, you can't win. And yes, sometimes you've got to work really hard and dig really deep, and it'll drive you nuts. But most of the time, things just bump along just fine. But I mean, what we're doing is we are applying a non-random, fixed strategy to a sort of a whirl of random shit going on around us all the time. So like we're in the middle of some sort of a vortex, and we're just sticking to the rules. And I mean, yeah, I make mistakes every so often. I bump the bet a bit too high. Sometimes I just accidentally overbet. Sometimes I deliberately overbet. But always you've got the sort of the core rule, which is, you follow the strategy, you do as you're told, and in the end, you'll reap the rewards. But if you behave like Vegas Matt and Sirasani and Bulky and Crazy Cody and all those people out there, you're going to come a cropper, very definitely. And the sheer dishonesty of this whole YouTube gambling presentation thing it's just becoming increasingly so oppressive, I think. I mean, especially when they start taking pot shots at each other. I mean, it's so ridiculous. I mean, there is Mr. Handpay on his high horse accusing Vegas Matt and various others of not telling the truth, and he doesn't tell the truth. Absolutely not. I mean, I tracked him for months, and then I just got fed up with him because he was like 5% ahead. Not in terms of money terms. He was more than 5% ahead in money terms, but he had put up a whole string of sessions, at the end of which he had an advantage over the house, and that is just not possible. I mean, the reality of these games is like this sort of the session that you just saw, if you watched it, and I hope you did. But this was 3 shoes and 11% against us, and we made a profit. Do you really think that Vegas Matt and Mr. Handpay and the King Goat, Sirasani, would make any money against a negative 11%, a house edge of 11%? No, they would not. So there you have it. Anyway, I'm gone. Next time. Pretty bloody clever though, isn't it, really? I mean, let's face it. Go admire it. I think it's amazing. Okay, so this is the third Baccarat session in the current sequence, whatever. And it's kind of funny. I've no idea why it took me so long to start making a more fully explained comparison between the number of wins versus the number of losses. And usually the number of wins is less than the number of losses. And the value of the final win in terms of the win as a percentage of the total action. Glad I got there. No idea why it took me so long, but on the other hand, that's the nature of evolution, isn't it? I mean, one thing follows another. You don't get to the optimum position immediately. You work your way towards it, and then when you get there, you realize that it's actually not the optimum, and you need to do more work. What's that now? That's 51. 2, 3. But it's not going to be an early runaway again, is it? Nope. Okay. Back to the min. This is so important, getting back to the minimum. It really is. I mean, it's like as important as anything else. Back to the minimum. Double for the loss. 1, 2. Oops. You bugger! I don't know why this happens. It's got to be me, or it's this shitty wireless mouse that I've got. I mean, if I figure out it's my fault, then I'll accept it. But what's that? 3, 4? Oh dear. 7, 8? Well, we're getting to the runaway point on this shoe already. 7, 8. After this, we're gone. Okay, 15, 8. Running away. Because look, it's 2 to 9. You just got to be ready to hightail it if it doesn't look good, if it doesn't feel good, whatever. Okay, now we're staying on player because I never start a new shoe with a banker bet. So, 15, 8 is 3, 2. Now it's 1, 2. Now it's 3, 4. And we're out of trouble. Ding. Didn't make much. We made something. Yeah, the tell-all at the end of it. I mean, the most important measure is what percentage, what interest on the total action did you actually manage to achieve? The casinos call it their win percentage. Some of them call it a hold, which means basically, there's all this money floating around, and then however much ends up in their tray at the end of all the swirling and back and forth and all the rest of it, they call it a hold. Or they used to. I don't know whether they still do. Who knows? But what do we do there? Lost that. 51. Double for the tie. Back to the min. That's 1. That's like the old joke about why didn't Henry Ford start with the Lincoln Town Car instead of pissing around with that boxy piece of crap that he foisted on the public in the early days. I've lost myself. So it's 3, 4. 1, 2. If I'd only stopped talking. 7, 8 again? Well, it doesn't matter, I suppose, as long as it comes in eventually. Double for the loss. 1, 2. Back to the min. Double for the loss. Repeat. Double for the tie. I think that's good. Back to them in. A little pause here. Coffee break. Ooh, that was hot. Okay. Come on. Tell me what happened. Hello? We're plussing right now. I'm sure you got that. 1-2. Yeah, that's the most aggressive move that I've recently brought in, and that is that what I used to do in a win progression. Like if I lost the 75, then I'd repeat it. If I lost the 100, I'd repeat it. And then I decided about, I don't know, probably 4-6 months ago, something like that, to stop doing that and push a bit harder, because it just gives you more when you turn around eventually. It's just a good idea. So I recommend it, but you can play the old way if you want to. Oh, good God. Seven, eight. And we're ahead in terms of wins versus losses, so that's not good, is it? 15-8 and switching over to the banker. Alrighty. 58. So we've got to be 7-10, I think. Cover the thing is a 17-20. There we are. Okay, back to the min. Repeat. 1, 2. Back to the min. Main thing is to stay ahead of commission, because that is an absolute bitch. One, 2. 3, 5. Last on the banker. Oh, well done, bankers. Now we got to stay there. God, these ties are such a pain in the ass. Sorry, I don't mean to moan. What's the tip? 2, 3. 5, 6, I think. Last on the bank. Oh, not the last on the bank. Oh, right. Repeat. Back to the min. One, 2, 3. Okie dokie. And it's 1, 2, 3 again. And it's a win again. Uh, 5, 3. Coming over to player. 2, 3. 5, 6. Bugger. 11, 12. All right, so now we're on 5. I think we better make it 5-6. All righty. So we better call that. It's now 6-6, isn't it? In thousands. God, I hate ties. Have I mentioned that? All right. 12. Hmm. Hmm. 12, 12. What's the matter with me? I shouldn't be playing it. Look at this. I've lost track of it. See, this is something that I do from time to time. I just lose track of this because I'm so busy concentrating on, I don't know, whatever, over here. So we're on 12, 12. We're going to have to go to player. I'm going to dump this shoe. It's late to dump it. I should have dumped it several bets back. I mean, that was stupid. And I'm afraid I do make mistakes. So, anyway, 12, 12. We'll get rid of this. Start a new one. Bugger. I'm so irritated with myself when I do this. And I'm afraid that, it's something that humans do. I might be worse than most, but anyway, 12, 12. 24, 25. Getting close to the busting point here. All right. Okay, so that was a little more hairy than I would have liked. But you just have to remember that nothing changes because the bet values are high. The probabilities don't change. Every bet is more likely to lose than to win. That doesn't matter how much money you put on the table. That is a fact. You will lose more often than you win. Therefore, you must bet in such a way that you win more when you win than you lose when you lose. And then here we've got one win and one loss. The win is 25,000. The loss was 12,000. That's pretty good. Excuse me. Okay, so now we're at 13 minutes, and we're about 5,000, a little under 5,000, about 4,600, I think. Maybe 4,000. Well, I don't know, whatever. We will find out in a minute. Double for the tie. 1, 2. Back to the minimum. +1. +1. 1, 2. Oh, fuck. 3, 4. Just be nice if once in a while that didn't happen at all. Sorry, that didn't make sense. That was a Vegas Matism, wasn't it? I'm going to run away from this in a minute. So many ties. 7, 8. Getting shitty. Again. 15, 8 going to the bank. Wasn't expecting this again. Okay, 7, 10 on the banker. Damn it. Damn it, damn it. Okay. So now we're on. I think I want to leave this shoe. We're on 7-8 on player. I think that's right. No, I think we're actually 8-9 is the bet on player as soon as we get into the new shoe. Excuse me. God, it's been a bumpy ride in this lot, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got to call it 8-9, I think. On player, and it would be nice, player, if you just give us the 9,000. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. There we go. Bugger. 17, 18. Heavy duty. Again. There we are. We're out. Okay. I don't think that was quite enough. I think I've messed up there. So I think we were at 12,000 plus. I'm just going to bet 1,000. I'm not going to double it. 1, 2. Damn it. There we are. Okay, I think we're in better shape now. So we're at 17, nearly 18 minutes. We're about 5,600 and something before. So we've made a bit. But I'll have all the numbers in a minute. So we'll finish this one. Yeah, that was distinctly hairy again. But you know, this is what the game is about. And this is what defeats people. This is what defeats most people. They don't have enough money to back their play. And if you don't have enough money to back your play, you're an idiot. All right. So now, results, played shoes. And a couple of shitty ones here. Let's put this up out of the way. And I will return. Stopping the clock. Okay, so no surprises that this was a nasty one. And obviously, there's no way of knowing whether my stupid mistake in not running away from this one sooner caused the problems that occurred, or not. I mean, there's no way that you can guess that unless you replay the shoes, and you know that becomes kind of tedious after a while. It's always nicer to play new shoes, new challenges, new experiences, etc., etc. But I do it from time to time, especially when I screw up. So I screwed up here. 501, 2 wins, average win 250, 1,700 lost, 9 losses, average loss 189, average win over average loss 132%. We lost 1,200 with action of 2,200, and we were -7 over 12 bets. In other words, the house was 7 bets ahead of us in 12 bets, which is an absolutely horrendous house advantage. It's more or less 75%. So, you know, Alexa, 7 over 12.
7 divided by 12 is approximately 0.5823.
I beg its pardon, it's 58%. That's pretty damn scary. All right, so that's that one. And I will pull up the next one. Nope, I'll stop a second. Damn, This session is no joke, is it? Plus 9,945, 26 wins, average win 383, losses 17,175 divided by 34 losses, average loss 505, win over loss is 76%. We were 8 behind. There were 8 more losses than wins, 69 rounds altogether. So that's a house advantage of 11.6%, which is an improvement on the last shoe of 58% for the house, but not by much. So this is a challenging load of BS, isn't it? Really, let's face it. Okay, so back in a minute. Talk about the session from hell. First shoe today, minus 58% against us. That's the house edge. Next one, minus 11.6, or call it minus 12%. And then this one, also minus 12%. It's just, I'm laughing because I'm thinking, what the hell would the Vegas Mats and the Crazy Codys and the Dana Whites and the Steve Will Do It's and the Bluffin' Bobs and the Bretskys and all the rest of those clowns, what would they do in a situation where they were getting their asses kicked again and again and again in terms of losses to wins? And since their bets are basically random, I tell you where they'd be. They'd be in a deep, red, nasty, sticky hole. So, here we've got 26,735 won across 10 bets. So that's 2,674 is the average win. 20,925 lost, 13 losing bets. Average loss 1,610. Average win over average loss is 166%. Okay, and we're not done yet. We've got one more shoe to deal with. This was a very late gag. No, it wasn't. What am I talking about? It was only 25 hands in, wasn't it? Yeah. All right. Damn, I'm having a funny day today. I think my brain is going backwards for some reason. It's on rewind constantly. Anyway, going away for a moment. Yeah, not a lot of mental arithmetic required here. We won 10,000 in 2 bets, and we lost. No, sorry, we won 20,000 in 2 bets, two winners, and we lost 10,000 in 2 losers. So that made us a shoe balance of 10,000, and that saved the day. And altogether, this was a piece of crap. These 4 shoes, but hey, we came out alive. All right then, so the nitty gritty in this grouping of 4 shoes, we had 3 gags altogether. Ugh, horrible. We won 7,380. The total action was 105,980, which means that our hold or win percentage was 7%. We were 18 bets behind, and there were 112 bets. So minus 18 over 112 gives us a house edge of 16% for this particular sequence of shoes. And the point, as I made before, is the likes of Vegas Matt and so on. They only win when they win more bets than they lose, because they have no plan. They bet randomly, haphazardly, recklessly, stupidly, ignorantly, yahooishly, self-destructively, irresponsibly, you name it, and they don't care, because they're not winning or losing anything in the end. They know that over time, with all the gambling that they do, they're going to lose money, but they also know that whatever they lose is completely irrelevant, because they're going to make far much more money at the end of the month from, I've now taken to calling it Mooogle, and I'm going to ask the AI creator thing to create a Mooogle cow for me. so that what she'll do is she'll munch on $100 bills at one end and shit bars of gold on the other end, and so that's what I'm hoping I can get the the content creator, the image creator to do. I'm dubious because I've had some extraordinary failures trying that, but then I'm not paying for it. I use the cheap one, free one, Gemini, and I have to say, when it comes to AI, these guys at National Slot League, they came out with this thing yesterday or the day before that was mind blowing. It was putting all of the leading content creators, the sinfluencers, as I call them, into togas and gladiator armor, and they got their swords and they've got their all that kind of stuff in the middle of the Colosseum with crowds all around, and bloody brilliant piece of work. I mean, must have, I would assume, cost a fortune, but AI, of course, is relatively cheap, but it was a lovely piece of work. I must, in fact, take some shots from it and stick it into this video because I think it was bloody amazing. And I'm not sure there's an audience for what they're doing any more than there is for me. Well, they've got thousands more subscribers than I do, and they've only been around this year. But it's just it's fantastic. Anyway, I'm finishing this now. Bye bye.